Hey everyone, welcome to another classic dirt Trax walk around, this time featuring the 2024 Wolverine X2 1000 Special Edition. I had a chance to ride this machine yesterday, so impressed with it, but I wanted to give you an overview of all the details of this machine and also show you its features and point out the differences between this machine and an RMAX. Okay, so why don't we get started doing that? First off, biggest difference in the RMAX is its styling. I find the front end is pointed down a little bit, and you're going to see a difference in the fenders here. On the RMAX, it's a lot bigger, and as Yamaha says, it's got broader shoulders that come out over the tires. Now, I find when I'm driving an RMAX, it's like looking out over the hood of my Silverado. You know, with this machine, sight lines are insane. You can almost see the ground right in front of the tires. So good, you barely even see the hood. It's awesome. More plastic differences. You've got similar color schemes as this model of RMAX, but the RMAX actually has a panel of painted plastic here and over the tail bed, over the back of the bed as well. The other key differences on this are the RMAX is equipped with Fox QS3s. This features Trax ZF 24 position clickers. These are a really good shock. 24 positions, ridiculous. It's just too much adjustability for the average guy, but I took the time yesterday before I went out for a ride to do a little bit of suspension testing. It's something my dad taught me to do when I was little on snowmobiles. I do it on just about every off-road machine, and I think if you're driving an off-road machine, you're not messing around with the suspension, you should definitely start doing that right away. For me, it was only, I set it to full soft and went up 3 clicks in the front and 4 in the back. Now, 24 positions is ridiculous, but you might need to stiffen things up in the back if you're using the bed to its fullest capacity, right? Anyhow, the other differences on this machine versus an RMAX, you've got 28-inch Maxxis Bighorns. It's the classic Bighorn tire, not the 2.0s, wrapped around 14-inch wheels, and I think it's 30-inch tires on the RMAX, and I'm just not sure what the actual brand is, but they are 30s. So if you're wondering if, because it's a 1000, it's not as powerful as an RMAX, it actually uses the exact same 999cc twin that the RMAX uses. Same power. It feels so good. Every press of the throttle, there's tons of power on tap for sure. And where this thing shines is in the trails, I'm telling you. So good. The other feature that it actually shares with the RMAX is the cab setup. Okay, so it's got pretty much the same cab as the RMAX. And we'll take a moment and I'm just going to go through some of the features of that as well. First and foremost, you got really nice doors here, shoulder bolster. I think this door needs to be taller and come right across here to replace the shoulder bolster. That would be awesome. However, beautiful doors, really nice handles. Okay, they open really nice and they're completely finished on the inside. And you'll also note here, soft touch point right there, so your knee's not banging against it. There's also a soft touch point here. Okay, so there's a lot of finishing in these doors. Like I just pointed out, you actually have to reach inside to open the latch, and though it does work really well, I'd love to see a latch on the outside. Even if it was right here where this latch is, to make it operate, whatever. I think I'd like to see a latch on the outside. I've seen that on other vehicles, why not? Okay, as far as the cab's concerned, seats are very comfortable. They're not anything to write home about style-wise, but they are really comfortable. One thing I would like to see, because this is a special edition, I'd love to see like X2 stitched into the top of the seat, maybe a two-tone seat color, something like that, just to make it a little more rad, But as they work really great. If we come around here, you can see your 2 4-wheel drive and diff lock switches. They're nice and big, so you can operate those with a glove on. You've got your headlight switches here. It does have tilt steering. I'm going to get inside here, Jake. It does have tilt steering, which works really well. There's plenty of storage in this machine as well. You've got cup holders here. It's got my little water here so I don't get dry. Really nice armrest storage in here, so you can store your phone, wallet, whatever, and keep everything in there securely. Closes real tight. You've also got a couple other storage spots here. You've got a nice spot here. You've got your accessory plug here, probably for your phone, you know, and I'm kind of thinking this is probably what this is. It's not a very deep storage spot, but you probably rest your phone there. What it could use is a little bit of rubberization right here to keep your phone in place. You've also got these two storage spots here. You know, I don't know, are you filling them full of change so you've got, you know, money for your coffee when you go through the drive-through, or, you know, chips and dip, have a little snack, you know, something to eat while you're out on the trails? Yeah, it's a good idea. I like that idea, you know. And then, so the biggest storage spot is the glove box. Hey, there's my hat. I was looking for that. Awesome. Put that back there. So a nice big glove box. Everything goes in there nice and tight. One of the features, oh, sorry, and I just want to show you this as well. You've got this digital instrumentation, okay? It's nice and bright, and I can read this really easily from the position I'm sitting in. I just think that it could be a little larger. I don't recall off the top of my head what the digital display on the YXZ or on the RMAX actually looks like. This one I think might be off of the Grizzly or very similar to it, but I just feel like Yamaha could do better. I think you could give us a bigger display here, and quite honestly, if CF Moto can do it, I know Yamaha can, right? The other thing, just me personally, aesthetically, I like my gauges in front of the steering wheel, just like in a car. People like the center mounted gauge, and I mean, it works fine when I'm sitting here. It's not the biggest deal. Just saying, for aesthetics, it's personal choice. I kind of prefer it up here. Just me. So while we're here, I just want to point this out. So when I was driving yesterday, I was like, does this thing have active D mode? And just like the RMAX, and I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to find a switch. I can't find anything anywhere. But it does say it up on my dash here. It says D mode T, which means D mode trail. And if you're not familiar with D mode, what it does is it's a toggle switch that allows you to flip between trail mode, crawl mode, and sport mode, just, you know, by flicking the switch or whatever. And this one is in T. So I'm pressing like all different variations of these buttons, trying to get it working. Eventually I gave up and had to call my friends from Yamaha, and they basically explained to me as a cost savings, this actual unit, the X2s, don't actually come with D mode, but they are fully programmed and wired for D mode, and you can just buy the toggle switch off of the Yamaha website. In the US, I didn't check the Canadian price, but in the US, the switch is only $100. And like I said, everything's wired. So once you install that, you get D mode. You get all three modes available to you. So right now, this just says D mode because you're operating in T. But once you install that switch, you get all three modes. That's a pretty cool accessory. It's a small cost savings. When I think about it, it's probably to get you into the dealership to buy the switch and get them to install it. It's incentive for the dealer, you know, and it's a really small expense for you, and you can have that awesome feature. So anyways, that's where that stands. I'm just gonna hop out here. This unit will handle all your work modes too. That's the one thing about a sport utility vehicle. It does have that utility functionality to it. So we've got a tilt, we got a dump bed, you know, which is great. Tailgate opens real nice. It's got a few tie down points, not a lot. It's got 4 tie down points, you know, good enough for anything that you're going to tow back here with a 600-pound, or put back here with a 600-pound bed capacity, right? And it's a 600-pound bed capacity, and I think it's a 2,000-pound towing capacity. So you can get quite a few, you know, you can tow quite a bit, you know, and pack quite a bit in the back here, you know, fill it full of dirt or just your gear, you know, it's all available to you. And this dumper works really well. So one of the other great features that the SE comes with is a Warn VRX 4,500-pound winch. I mean, like, that is serious pulling power. It's one of the cool things I like about Yamaha. Yamaha works with Warn, and the Warn name is recognized. You know, anyone who's in off-road knows Warn winches, and you know, I think personally that it adds value to the machine when you're buying a vehicle that is equipped from the factory with the winch, which is awesome, and it's actually a name brand winch. And 4,500 pounds, seriously, you could like pull a stuck school bus out of the mud. It's enough pulling power, you know. So that is there's a lot of value there. 2 other things real quick that I forgot to mention inside the cab: roof. Every vehicle should come with a roof standard, you know, and Yamaha provides it in this, and that's excellent. The other thing is you've got an accessory rear view mirror. This thing is massive, and when you're driving along, you can see everything out behind you. It just provides that extra bit of vision and a little bit of security so you know what's coming up behind you. So anyhow, everyone always wants to know how these vehicles sound, and of course I want to showcase that because, you know, I'm just like you. So let's get inside and we'll get her started up. Oh yeah, that sounds really nice. It's got a really nice bark to it. I'm telling you, tons of power on tap, tons of power. The exhaust sounds really nice too. You can hear that bark. Anyhow, that's it, everybody. I'll have more to talk about in my test ride coming up real soon on Dirt Trax, so stay tuned. If you don't already follow our channel, please do that. We'd really love for you to be able to see more of our content. Make sure you ding that little bell so you're getting alerts, and give us a little thumbs up and leave me a comment. Leave me a comment, guys. I'm the one that answers all your comments anyways, so you want to start up a conversation with me, you want to ask me anything about this vehicle or anything else, please go ahead. Do my best to answer you, and yeah, we'll have a cool conversation. Anyways, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching.